What's up guys, here on a new video. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you the tips to be a better photographer in 10 minutes. I'll be showing you this from setting the lighting if you are going to be using studio lighting, making your camera settings better if you are using a phone or a camera will go through both, also showing you the best angles to get amazing shots, and lastly editing the images with free image software editors. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. So at first we are going to be talking about lighting, but if you are going to be shooting your images outdoors, there's no need for this part, just keep it, because you already got the natural lighting, which is somehow in some situations better. So here we have one light right here, we have the other one right here. This 2-point lighting, and these lights are not meant for shooting pictures, it's meant for shooting videos, but you can get the ones for shooting pictures. So you can get the ones that are actually meant for taking pictures, but these ones are meant for taking videos, but they still do the job. So make sure you have 2-point lighting. You can get one right here and you can get the other one right here, but also by this side we have a flashlight. So we have a flashlight, this is it. So maybe if you're a photographer you will need this, but I don't really use this. So you just mount it on top of your camera and you'll be able to use it to take pictures with the flashlight. So now we are done talking about lighting. Make sure to go get the flashlights for shooting pictures. You can get two, but they are kind of expensive. It's better for you to get these types of lights, which are much cheaper than the other one. So what you need to do is go to settings. That's if you are using an iPhone, and just scroll down. We have camera right here. So for phones we don't have a lot of settings, honestly. For camera we have a lot of settings, but for phones we don't have a lot of settings. There's not much we can do here. Just check the formats and leave it as high efficiency. Then here, these are video settings, preserve settings. Well, these are for the filters and live photo. Let's leave this on. Then the grid is very important. Turn on the grid. I think that does it. So here we are. For the camera settings, go to menu, then image quality right here, then select raw plus JPEG, this one, select it, then still image aspect ratio 16.9, shooting information no. Then here we don't need all of this. These are the camera settings, not for shooting. And then here, when you come to shooting videos, just leave this as servo AF. Then here, this is for face tracking, leave that on. And focus mode, we should leave it as autofocus. White balance, just leave it at auto white balance. These are some settings you don't want to go deep into, honestly, except if you are an expert. So this one is okay. You can like select multiple shooting at a time, for example. So you see, so just leave it as one time. You don't need to shoot multiple times. So if you are a beginner, we have the mode dial right here. Just twist it and select to auto mode, and you don't need to do anything. You just need to point, zoom in and shoot pictures. You don't need to mess with the exposure or the ISO. This is all set to auto. You just need to shoot. This is the shutter right here, just shoot. If you want the best out of your camera, just switch to manual mode. This M right here, so you have control of your exposure, you have control of your ISO. I leave it at auto. This is the aperture and this is the exposure. So if you want more lighting in an image, you can increase this. So I think shooting in manual mode is even better. So that's just it for the camera settings. You don't want to go deep into the camera settings because you might mess up something and you need to set the camera all over again. So just if you are a beginner, shoot in auto mode, or if you are a professional or if you want to get the best out of your camera, you can shoot in manual mode. You can mess with the exposure. Here you can mess with the white balance and so on. So that's just it. So now it comes to the perfect angles to get amazing pictures. Honestly, there are two types of angles. The first one is the close-ups, and I won't advise you to be doing that. Honestly, it's better for you to get a lens like this so you can zoom in. Just watch. Let's take a picture of that controller. Okay, as you can see, this really looks good. But if you are to get a close-up, here we go. So if you do the comparison, you can see the one we moved far away is much better than the one we moved the camera close to the product. This one we moved the camera close to the product, and this is the one we moved far away and just use our zoom lens to just zoom in. But when you are shooting with phones, that's a different situation. So when it comes to camera, just get a lens that really zooms in. This is 18 to 150 mm lens, so you can get really close to an object even if the camera is far away. So you can see you can get really close to an object even if you are shooting from a long distance. You see, so just get a lens like this for better images. So even if you're taking pictures of people, instead of you to move close to them, just move backwards and use your lens to zoom in. That way you are going to get an even better shot. So when it comes to shooting pictures with your phone, it's better for you to get a close-up. Honestly, just get a close-up. If not, you are not going to get an amazing image. So what you need to do is make sure your lighting is on point, then get closer to the product like this. As you can see, with the close-up and lighting, this is what we got. It doesn't look like the one we shot with the camera because cameras are better than phones, but it's sharp and it's nice. So here we are. The first thing we need to do is import our picture. We are going to start editing the one we shot with the camera. So this is the one right here. Add. Okay, here it is. So this is the picture. This is plain. I haven't added anything to the picture yet. The first thing you need to do is go to details down here and increase the sharpness all the way through. Okay, so that the image will be sharper. We can get more details out of it. The second thing we will need to do is go to color, go to mix up here, then select this red one because the controller's color is red, or any color you like to highlight, but we would like to highlight the controller's color, which is red. So let's just increase this saturation. As you can see, the controller only is getting more saturated. The difference between this and the general saturation is because the general saturation is going to make the whole image saturated, but this one is just going to make the controller saturated because we have selected the color red. We can select green also to make the background a little bit saturated, blue also. So I think this is okay. Then go back to effects down here and touch this. I think this is okay. Go back to light, exposure a little bit, then contrast. I think this is a much better picture than the first one. Let's just increase the general saturation and the vibrance. So this is the after edit, this is the before, and this is the after. Before, after. As you can see, the before, the image looks like the whole picture is dead, but we have brought the picture to life. So it's really amazing. We can save it. So that's just it. Secondly, we are going to edit the image we shot using the phone. So here we are. This is the image we shot using our phone. The first thing we need to do is go to details down here and increase the sharpness. This is okay. We don't want to overdo this because it's going to look kind of red. We shoot it with a phone. Then go back to color right here and mix. Increase the red, the green, the blue. This is kind of okay. Then go back to light, increase the exposure a little bit, and contrast. Then go back to effects and mess with this. So go back to color again, add a little bit of general saturation and vibrance, and then that's it. This is the image after editing it, and this is the before edit. After edit, you can clearly see it's looking better after we edit the picture, but before editing it, it's not looking really good. So that's much of it. With this Lightroom, you can do a lot. I've edited a lot of images, and the editing software made it look much better. So make sure to go download this. That's much of it. So you have seen the steps to be a better photographer. If you don't have studio lighting, you can shoot your pictures outside. Sometimes it's better than the studio lighting. So just follow the steps to get better results in your images. If you have gained anything from this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are going to stop here. Until then, I'm going to meet you guys in the next one. Peace.